They're off. All coming away to a good start.
And down the stretch they come. Second Beaver, Skip away wins!
And welcome to a special edition of Monmouth Racing Today. I'm your host, Mike Hersey, and coming up, we'll have interviews and selections as we get ready for the $1 million William Hill Haskell this Sunday. Right now, though, let's take a look at the starting field. The field of 9 3-year-olds was drawn Thursday at Monmouth Park, and this year's edition of the William Hill Haskell Invitational could prove to be one of the most competitive ever. Encryption earned the invitation thanks to a pair of game efforts in his last 2 starts, a third-place performance in the Long Branch Stakes, and a solid runner-up effort in the Grade 3 Pegasus Stakes. Kelly Breen trains, Paco Lopez aboard. 6-time Haskell winning trainer Bob Baffert is sending another colt from California looking to take down the $1 million prize, and you'll most likely see Byron on the front end of this mile and an 1/8 event. He's coming off a 7-furlong victory in the Woody Stevens at Belmont. Leaving from post 3 is the Larry Jones-trained Albano, a very impressive winner in the Grade 3 Pegasus Stakes. Albano is 6-1 on the morning line and will be ridden once again by Kerwin Clark. From post number 4, it's the Long Branch winner, I Wish You Well. Jose Lescano gets the call this time around for trainer Wayne Catalano, 12-1 morning line. Number 5, Just Call Kenny, was second in that very same race and was an impressive winner at Gulfstream in the Spectacular Bid Stakes back in January. Pat McBurney trains, Joe Bravo has the call. And number 6 is Social Inclusion, who was third in the Preakness Stakes. 85-year-old Manuel Esperua is the trainer. Edgar Prado will be in the irons, 8-1 on the morning line. From post 7, it's the filly looking to beat the boys. Untappable comes in off of a pair of unbelievable victories in the Mother Goose by 9 lengths and the Kentucky Oaks by 7. Rosie Napravnik will ride for Steve Asmussen, who also won this race with the filly Rachel Alexandra in 2009. The only other filly to win the Haskell was Serena Song, trained by Dean Wayne Lucas back in 1995. Untappable is 2-1 morning line. Now, how do you turn a $30,000 investment into $750,000? By signing the ticket on Wildcat Red, an astute selection by trainer Jose Garofalo and owners Honor Stable. The son of the Wildcat is a multiple graded stakes winner already with the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth on his resume. And wrapping up the field is number 9, Medal Count. Don't count this one out, a horse with so much potential that Eclipse Award winning trainer Dale Romans feels his colt might just garner a lot of attention down the road. This is a Bay son of Dynaformer who looks to upset 10-1 on the morning line. Here on Monmouth Racing Today, we are getting ready for the $1 million William Hill Haskell Invitational. Mike Hersey along with trainer Dale Romans, and you know him from, of course, many great horses, including the Preakness winner Shackelford as well. But Medal Count is the one he's concentrating on right now. How is Medal Count coming into the Haskell, Dale?
Oh, he's doing super. I mean, he's a horse that just keeps improving. I think he turned a corner this spring at Keeneland, and he ran a great race in the Derby, a lot better than it looks on paper. He could have easily been second or third with a better trip. And then the Belmont was a really good race, a good third, and we look forward to running him here Sunday.
Now, you've said you have had high hopes for this horse, and you think he could be as good with the opportunity as some of the others that you've had in your barn in the past, including the likes of Shackelford.
He fits right up there with the best, and you know, he's a horse. He's a throwback, and he's one of the very few horses I've ever had. The more you do with him, the better he gets. He doesn't just maintain; he improves. And I don't think we've seen the best of him. I think his pedigree and his stature all say that he should be better the older he gets, and he's improving. But I think there's still room for more.
Let's talk about the potential trip here in this race. You have plenty of speed. Bayern, Untappable, Wildcat Red. Where do you want to see your horse on the backstretch and turn it for home?
Well, if the race runs like the racing for him looks like it should run, then we'll be pretty far back and we'll make one big run. But, you know, how many times have we seen a race chock full of speed and it never materializes? So Robbie will have to make that decision, and he'll have to know. If we're laying pretty close, then that means they're going slow. If they're going fast, then we'll be out the back door and looking to run them over.
And down the road, I also read that you're looking at possibly the Travers or the Pacific Classic facing older because you think that Middle Cal can handle it. That's the confidence you have in this colt.
Well, if you look at the history of the Pacific Classic, a lot of 3-year-olds have done very well, including Dolahan, my horse,
right.
a couple years in 2012 that won the Pacific Classic. And he's performed well on synthetic, and it's the last year for synthetic at Del Mar. I wouldn't have any problem with taking him out there, but we'll see where this race takes us.
Great to have you here. Thank you.
It's always good to be at Monmouth Park.
Right. Dale Romans here on Monmouth Racing Today.
Haskell Day 2014 is right around the corner, but this year, make plans to be at Monmouth Park for the entire Haskell weekend. Festivities kick off after the races on Friday, July 25th with the second annual Joe's vs. Jocks Mini Golf Festival. Then on Saturday, July 26th, join us for Ladies' Day, sponsored by Lily Pulitzer Shops at Riverside. Then on Sunday, July 27th, it's the summer's biggest race, the $1 million William Hill Haskell Invitational. This year, Haskell Weekend is bigger and better than ever. For more information on all the Haskell Weekend festivities, log on to monmouthpark.com.
Alongside Kelly Breen, he will be here on Sunday for the $1 million William Hill Haskell to saddle Encryption, who is coming in off a third-place effort. But that said, this horse has been facing some decent company along the way. You got a couple of horses who beat you in that last start in the Long Branch coming back and running in this race. And you were on the lead that day, too, where I'm not sure you wanted to be.
Yeah, I think that this race could set up for us if there's plenty of pace in the race. We drew the rail. Barron is the 2-horse, so I know that we're not going to be trying to butt heads with him. So taking back is not an option. It's going to happen. So
Paco Lopez on board here from the rail. What did you think of the draw?
You know, it is what it is. There's nothing I could do to change it. And, you know, now we got to go to the PPs and see where we want to be and what we're going to do and try and convince Paco that where we think that the horse should be is the same thing that he thinks where the horse should be.
Tell us a little bit about the development of Encryption up to this point. Is he where you expect him to be, maybe further along, maybe from where you expected him to be a year ago?
With some of the setbacks that he had, we did have him nominated to the Triple Crown, and time just wasn't on our side. So if you're not going to be in a Triple Crown race, I think the Haskell is one of the races that we had pointed out, and we're happy to be here.
No question, and certainly you've upset the apple cart before. You go back to the Belmont Stakes with Roller on Ice. Take us back to that. What was it like to be standing in the winner's circle at Belmont?
You know, you dream about it, stuff like that. Grade ones are, you know, they don't give them away. They're always going to be tough races, and you know, it was exciting. The horse shipped from Monmouth Park to win the race, and now for the Haskell, we don't have to ship.
Right, at your home course. Any advantage to that, having a rider like Paco who's running away with the riding title, knows this track like the back of his hand? Does that help?
I think so, for sure. You know, the horse is training over the track for, you know, now almost 2 years, between last year as a 2-year-old and this year as a 3-year-old. And, you know, you got Paco that knows the track, and he's riding like Superman right now.
Finally, how about the race itself? Going up against the filly on Tapple, taking a shot against the Colts here. What are your thoughts on her and the rest of this group?
You know, in her second start, we just got beat by about a half a length, 3/4 of a length to her with the filly that we have here, named Stone-tastic. And, you know, that filly is a nice filly. You know, taking on the boys, you know, we'll see how her composure is and everything else. You know, it's a deep field. It's a nice field here at Monmouth Park, and she'll be tested.
Be fun to be in it.
Yeah, you can't win it unless you're in it.
Kelly, thank you as always.
All right, thank you.
Kelly Breen here, and of course he'll be settling Encryption in the $1 million Haskell.
Tired of standing in line to place a bet? Monmouth Park's mobile wagering platform eliminates lines and brings wagering directly to your mobile device. Sign up is simple, takes less than a minute, and can be done at any mutual teller. Simply deposit your daily bankroll and your mobile account is instantly created, allowing you to bet all day from the comfort of your picnic table, grandstand seat, or parterre. For more information, stop by any guest service or welcome center.
We are getting ready for the $1 million William Hill Haskell, the excitement building, and trainer Pat McBurney has been excited about Just Call Kenny. Tell me why you put Just Call Kenny into this race.
Well, we were invited, first of all, so that's always exciting to have a colt thought that highly of. And he's just coming back into form, we hope, and had a very good race prep in the Long Branch here. So
let's talk about that race. I know you were waiting a while to stretch him out for the first time. Satisfied with the results there?
Very satisfied. Other than not winning, I mean, he performed well. He was closing at the end of the race, which John and I were really hoping he would do. First time back off that layoff. So, and ever since that race, he's also continued to train very good for us. So,
how important is this race for John Forbes, Pat McBurney, the entire barn, knowing how important it is to Monmouth Park and to you personally?
Yeah, I mean, personally, our home track, there's nothing better than being here on Haskell Day, except for being in the Haskell itself. And this horse, he's lightly raced, so he might be behind the eight ball in that aspect, but he has done everything we've asked of him, and he's a big, gorgeous horse. And if Sunday's not his day, we know he'll have his day soon. So
there's a lot of speed in this race. How do you see this playing out here with the honest pace, at least here in this Haskell?
Yeah, I mean, that should set up for Kenny, and also the favorite, the filly Untappable, looks like she wants to lay off the pace. And Kenny's very comfortable laying off the pace, doesn't mind dirt in his face if that's where he is with Joe with the post position draw, can come around horses. So, yeah, we're looking forward to hopefully the speed horses do put down fast fractions and we're able to pick up some pieces there.
Best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Right. Pat McBurney here on Monmouth Racing Today.
Brand new for the 2014 racing season, the William Hill Race and Sports Bar is located on the first floor of the grandstand and features over 100 flat-screen HD TVs and a lavish granite-top bar. Stop in any live racing day to play our season-long free sports contest for the chance to win great prizes. It's the perfect place to watch the big race or the big game. The new William Hill Race and Sports Bar at beautiful Monmouth Park.
It's time for a look now at the late pick four, along with racing analyst Brian Skirka. I am Mike Kersey on Monmouth Racing Today. It is our big weekend, the $1 million William Hill Haskell. We'll talk about who we're leaning towards in a moment. But right now, let's take a look at Saturday's late pick four, Brian. And the eighth race, who do you like here?
I'm going to try Lulu Had a Baby, a second start off a mini layoff, wins against Open Company over the winter.
I'll take Carl's Only Vice. The 9 should get an honest pace to run into, can rally for a big price here. How about race 9?
It looks like maybe a single for me. Screenplay, a very, very short price. Paco Lopez, Jason Service, just numbers that are better than the field and should get a perfect trip.
Looked at that one and will be on my ticket. This is a good field in this spot. A lot of ways to go. I wound up with Derek Ryan's back away the 4 for 7 lifetime at Monmouth. His tactical speed helps and should close into what should be a contested pace. Race 10.
I'm going to try Salamara here from the rail. Doesn't look like there's that much speed in the race. Paco Lopez gets a board from a barn shipping in from South Florida. Might be able to go wire to wire.
Yeah, I looked at that one, but then I went outside with the 8. She's ordained in this spot. Might just stalk the speed for a perfect trip. And race 11 wraps it up.
Feels like going with consistency. Picked this one a few times, I think maybe 2 times in a row, actually. The last 2 times they were both rained off the turf. Hopefully we stay on the green this time and get the job done.
Well, you've been consistent anyway. How about the 3? Talking Stuff, my top pick, was close in his first 2 career starts. The turf experience, I think, helps against this group. And now we have the $1 million William Hill Haskell, a field of 9. And I think there's 5, 6 that could win this race.
Totally agree. Wide open race, a really, really good betting race. And the whole card on Sunday is going to be really, really good. But this Haskell, there's going to be no huge 4 to 5, 3 to 5 favorites in here. There's definitely a lot of handicapping to be done. And maybe Wildcat Red for me might be a price horse to include in there if he can't get caught in that speed duel. There's a lot of speed in this race. I think the outside draw helps him. Might be one to definitely key in on a 10 to 1 in the morning line.
I've been on board Albano since his race in the Pegasus. Of course, a tougher field here, but if he improves off of that, I think he's got a big shot. And I'm also very high on medal count here. 8 to 1 morning line. Albano 6 to 1 morning line. We'll throw Untappable in to wrap up the trifecta. And again, the $1 million William Hill Haskell coming up on Sunday. Big day. Should be a great crowd. Nice weather and a Haskell hat giveaway.
Yeah, no, everything that you can imagine. And it's really a weekend of festivities this weekend. Friday night we have the Joe's First Jocks Mini Golf Festival. Saturday is Ladies' Day. Sunday the big one, the Haskell. Weather should be perfect, so it should be a great weekend.
All right, Brian, let's enjoy, and we'll talk to you again next week. Brian Skirka, Mike Kersey on Monmouth Racing Today.
They're off. All coming away to a good start.
And down the stretch they come. Start a beaver, skip away.